Adult Bullies, 5 Steps to Dealing with Them is brought to you by My Life My Term channel. Adult bullies utilize harassment, intimidation, and manipulation to obtain something they desire or to make themselves feel powerful and significant. Harassment versus bullying, what's the difference? The primary distinction between harassment and bullying is that harassment is prohibited by law, whereas bullying is not. Bullying, on the other hand, might be seen as harmless, innocent, or playful when no aggressive behavior is displayed. Bullying may be claimed as freedom of expression if it does not violate harassment laws and poses no serious threat to anyone's safety. Harassment and bullying psychological consequences. You may feel pressured, shamed, oppressed, humiliated, frightened, belittled, or exhausted as a result of harassment and bullying behaviors or actions. It may leave enduring emotional or psychological scars. Bystanders who observe harassment or bullying and do not have the means to intervene and help may suffer negative consequences. The traumas of seeing adult bullying and cruelty are often carried into adulthood by innocent youngsters. It may cause them to have a distorted view of life and relationships that never heals. Adults are not immune to this. Here are some consequences for anyone who have been harassed or bullied. The emergence of mental health problems. Eating or sleeping disorders, loneliness and isolation, suicidal thoughts, diminished perspective on life and relationships, avoiding favorite activities, avoiding family and friends, work or school absences, overall lifestyle deterioration, withdrawal from society, family, and friends. Why do adults bully? Adults bully for a variety of reasons that are numerous, complex, and difficult to pinpoint. The majority appear to be psychologically based and developed through time. Adults bully for a variety of reasons: abuse in the past or childhood experiences, issues with self-esteem and confidence, issues with abandonment, lack of empathy, narcissistic tendencies, or mental disease, insecurity, obsession for control, pleasure in the ill-gotten gains. Now we'll go through 5 ways to deal with adult bullies in your life so that their actions and conduct don't affect your outlook on life. On your path, you will encounter many amazing possibilities. You can triumph over any bullying circumstance if you have the right information and insight. Adult bullies, 5 steps to dealing with them. 1. Be cautious and maintain a safe distance. The most important thing to remember while dealing with bullying is to get out of a harmful situation and to a safe location. Find help and protection from law enforcement, an emergency or crisis hotline, or local agencies if necessary. They can help you deal with a potentially deadly bully situation. If you feel threatened or your mental health has deteriorated as a result of bullying, don't hesitate to seek help. Bullies aren't worth the terrible emotions you're experiencing. It can be difficult to get enough distance from people, especially if you have to work with them or they are close family members. That's okay. There are numerous options for resolving the matter so that you are not abused. Hi. Just a quick intro first before we move on. We are new and our mission at My Life My Term channel is to inspire people with tips on wealth, health, and happiness. If you appreciate our content, kindly like and subscribe to support our channel. Thank you very much and let's continue now. 2. Maintain your composure and know that bullying is their issue. Bullying is known for igniting rage and excessive emotions. Focus on your surroundings and the atmosphere as soon as you realize you're being bullied. Remind yourself to take a deep breath and stay calm. Here are some pointers on how to stay calm throughout a bully's rant. Don't be offended by their rude remarks. Their goal is to make you react, which they won't be able to do if you don't let them. Take intentional steps to maintain your composure and avoid allowing the abuse to overwhelm or consume you. Keep in mind that their actions are their problem, not yours. Some people find it therapeutic to feel sorry for the bully and the pain they went through. Recognize that a bully's actions are a reflection of how they feel about themselves. You've got nothing to do with it. Bullies transfer their emotions onto others in order to feel better and enjoy themselves. Do not retaliate if you are being abused, unless physical. If you take the high road, you will be able to control the issue. Remaining cool in the face of a bully requires greater courage, strength, and integrity. It requires maturity and insight to know that participating in their bravado, no matter how subtle or confrontational, is not worth it. 3. Remind yourself of your worth, value, and human rights. Simply because a bully assaults you, whether directly or indirectly, does not imply that your worth, value, or human rights have been decreased. The bully believes that their actions will persuade you that it has, but this is simply not the case. It's all a ruse, a game, an act. Keep in mind the following facts: you are being attacked and violated. It does not turn lies into truth. You have the right to stand up for yourself but not hurt anyone else. You are worth as much as any other human being on the globe. You are entitled to be treated with dignity. You have the right to communicate your thoughts and feelings as long as they do not cause harm to another individual. Your priorities are reasonable. You can say no without fear of retaliation, remorse, or shame. Your life, health, and happiness are as essential to you as they are to anybody else. Being abused, assaulted, or bullied is not something you deserve. You have complete control over your mental health. Your worth is immeasurable. Allow no one the power to change who you are on the inside or outside. You are valuable, and no one can take that away from you until you give them permission. 4. Don't argue with bullies. Instead, take control of the situation and talk about it. There's a tremendous difference between communicating clearly and arguing with adult bullies. The act of communicating delivers a message. Arguing engages. Calm, open dialogue lets the bully know that their actions are being noticed and that they will face consequences if they do not cease. It's a preventative strategy to stop the issue before it gets out of hand. Arguing is engaging in a fruitless exchange of insults, excuses, intimidation, and humiliation. Arguing is never a good idea. It simply adds to the raging emotions and probable brawls that may erupt. Other options for dealing with bullying and your response include talking about it with a therapist, your community, or someone you trust. Do not take or bear any insults, belittlement, ridicule, or humiliation that is directed at you. Accept that the bully is who he or she is, and that you are who you are. Let the bully go and wish them happiness and peace. Don't cling to the attachment, and never wish harm or ill will to anyone. You will receive back the same amount of energy as you put out. Do not let your optimistic outlook on life or your identity be tainted by your encounter with bullying. An adult bully's mission to destroy can be thwarted by being calmly proactive. They intend to destabilize your equilibrium and your environment. When a bully discovers that his or her attack isn't working, he or she will usually cease and move on. 5. Be open and honest about the consequences, document the specifics, and follow through. Being frank and communicating as a calm, mature adult can help to disarm a bully right away. It sometimes happens when they realize they are messing with someone out of their league. If not, the abrupt realization of their bullying behavior may be too much for them to bear, and they will cease. Firestarters despise being discovered or confronted. It exposes their mission and breaks their cover. Bullies believe that if they use enough fear and authoritative messaging, everyone will submit to their demands. When the bullying starts, acknowledge it and say out loud that you've noticed it. Make direct eye contact with the bully to moderate or minimize his or her dominant demeanor. Remain cool, but be explicit about the consequences if it doesn't stop right away. Write down as many details about the situation as you can. Write it down, videotape it or take photos with written or voice notes. If possible, obtain the names and contact information of any witnesses. Always make sure to tell your side of the story. Bullies, after all, lie. It's what they're good at. Demand that others respect you. Carry out any previously mentioned penalties, such as calling the cops or reporting the bully to the authorities. It'll be the only way they'll listen to you the next time. In any relationship, clear and concise communication is essential. A connection or engagement with an adult bully is the same. Putting disagreements aside, calling a bully out on their behavior is typically enough to stop them from repeating it. Adult bullies, some final thoughts. Adult bullies are unfortunately common. Whether they were created by trials in life or an ailment of mental disease, they walk the globe with us. Bullies, on the other hand, cannot live without victims. You are not required to be one of them. You have the option of having a better knowledge and overcoming the bully's immature behavior right away. Deflecting a bully's attack requires meditation, mindfulness, and thoughtful analysis. You have the ability to deal with it because you have the power and strength to do so. And your training starts right here. If you have found useful and valuable content here, kindly like and subscribe to support our channel. Thank you and see you in the next video.